France's far-right leader Marine Le Pen said on Tuesday that the new French government's days are numbered. She predicted an early presidential election in a few months. The remark came after French presidency announced a new government with Prasar Bharati named as its prime minister. DD India's Ayushi Bhatnagar gets us more.
With the formation of a new government, the turbulence in French politics is likely to end. The French presidency on Monday announced the new government, putting together a team under François Bayrou, the fourth Prime Minister of the year, to push out the second largest EU economy in a political crisis.
Sur la proposition du Premier ministre.
Upon the proposal of the Prime Minister in charge of ecological and energy planning, the President of the Republic has appointed Madam Elisabeth Borne, State Minister, Minister of National Education, Higher Learning and Research, Mr. Manuel Valls, State Minister, Overseas Territories Minister, Mr. Gerald Darmanin, State Minister, Justice Minister.
France's fourth government this year features a mix of former ministers and senior civil servants. The presidency, in its address, said that the French President Emmanuel Macron will meet the members of the new government on January 3rd next year.
The President of the Republic will convene all members of the government for a Council of Ministers meeting on the 3rd of January at 10 a.m.
But what led to the formation of a new government in France? Political instability ignited the need for a new government. France was in need of a system to run its business and put the house in order. President Macron's gamble on snap elections this summer in the hopes of bolstering his authority backfired. An alliance of left-wing parties failed to have enough MPs to hold a majority and form government. Macron's decision to appoint Michel Barnier as the Prime Minister dismayed significant French voters, and a budget bill that led to the former Prime Minister's collapse. The newly named Prime Minister will be expected to begin work immediately on passing a 2025 budget bill and to reduce the deficit to above 6% of the GDP at the end of the year, well above the EU's 3% target for member states.
I will do everything I can so that we move from the situation of a country divided, exploded, fragmented, torn apart to a country where we can perhaps come together to solve the country's problems. And I demonstrate it in government. I demonstrate it, I hope, in the way I approach problems.
A strong risk looms over President Macron and new Prime Minister Bayrou as it faces an immediate challenge of preventing no-confidence votes from the far right and the far left. If their heavyweights fall, both France and its neighbouring partner Germany could be hamstrung by political uncertainty for months to come. Meanwhile, Parisians already have low expectations from France's newly appointed ministers, which many say are not representative of the population. France politics has been at sixes and sevens this entire year, but the newly named Prime Minister has expressed high hopes that his picks for ministerial posts would steer the country towards unity and stability and would provide answers to citizens gripped by worry and fears of insecurity. With Ayushi Bhatnagar, Tanvi Taneja for DD India.